Yo, yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope y'all had a great day overall, man. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're gonna talk about Edgar Berlanga and Hamzah Sheeraz card grand arrival, our reaction to the whole situation, man. And we're gonna talk about Shakur Stevenson being ready to fight William Zepeda. Not box William Zepeda, but fight William Zepeda. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building so far. If y'all can go ahead and hit the like button. Let's get the algorithm on the up so the people know that Mazuma TV is live. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building so far, man. I already see we got a few comments in the building. Shout out to the boy Coffee Plant. He said this fight is going to be fire, bro. Definitely. I'm definitely looking forward to this, man. It's going to be a great weekend of boxing. To be honest with you, man, especially for me, you know, I got a kid by the name of Joshua Ramos that's going to be making his amateur debut that afternoon. You see what I'm saying? After that, I got to go get my son. I'm going to shoot straight back home. Then I'm going to give you guys my live fight commentary and reaction to the entire card. You see what I'm saying? So it's definitely lit. It's definitely popping. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's into the building. The boy Lewis, what up? Lorenzo, what up? The great Gambino, what's going on, brother? What's going on? What's going on? I hope everybody's doing well. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm tired to the motherfucking man, so I'm gonna do my hour and I'm gonna bid you motherfuckers adieu. You feel what I'm saying? I'm tired, bro. Like, I was really contemplating whether I wanted to come on or not. You feel what I mean? But, you know, there's some good things going on, so we definitely gonna talk about it. Tego, what up? What's going on? Y'all can see that shit in my hair, nigga. Like, I'm just... Nigga, I'm spent, nigga. I'm spent like $1 bill out this motherfucker. But we gonna make it do what it do regardless, man. What's y'all take on the whole grand arrival situation, man? Ain't really much to take from it, in all honesty. I was just watching like a little bit of interviews that was going on. You know what I mean? Edgar Berlanga, Hamzah Sheeraz. You know what I'm saying? Both of these guys seem confident, man. They seem confident in their abilities. You know, Edgar Berlanga ain't never been a fighter that was short of confidence. You know, even after he's lost fights, it seems like he gets more confident. It seems like he got even more confidence since the loss. You know what I mean? This could be him just psyching himself up. It could be him overcompensating for, you know, and possibly being insecure or unsure of himself. But regardless of the way he's portraying himself right now, he seems confident. You know what I mean? Hamzah Sheeraz, he seems motivated. He seems confident. He understands that bigger fights are on the line. If he defeats Edgar Berlanga, you know, he understands that, you know, he's at Edgar Berlanga's hometown, so he has to put on a statement. He has to put on a show. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is Hamzah Sheeraz's first fight in the United States or whatever the case is, but I do think that he considers the U.S., you know, uncommon grounds, you know, unfamiliar territory to say the least. So, you know what I mean? It's a great stylistic matchup. Hamzah Sheeraz is a tall motherfucker, man, because Edgar Berlanga is not short at all. And it seems like he towers above Edgar Berlanga in these face-offs, man. And it's crazy to think that, you know, Hamzah Sheeraz is actually in the 160-pound division, to be honest with you. But he's at 168 now. So we're going to see, is this going to be Hamzah's, you know, statement heading into the 168-pound division? If he defeats Edgar Berlanga, how does that shape the landscape at 168-pound division? Mind you, we all know who has all the titles at 168 right now. We know that Canelo and Bud are going to be fighting, you know what I mean, later down the line in September in the 168. But, you know what I'm saying, mixing Hamzah Sheeraz amongst the Caleb Plants, you know what I'm saying, if he wins, of course, amongst the Caleb Plants, the Jamal Charlos, and how the way he fits, you know, particularly in that division, is going to be interesting to talk about. Hey, Hamzah Sheeraz like 6'2", 6'3". I have no clue. I just know that Edgar Berlanga, he has to be like 6 foot. And Hamzah Sheeraz looked like he got a good amount of height over him. Like it says he's 6'3". And Edgar Berlanga is 6'1", but somebody lying. Either Edgar Berlanga is shorter than that or Hamzah Sheeraz is taller than that. I don't know. Because in them face-offs, it looked like he got more than just 2 inches on Edgar Berlanga. You feel me? So I don't know. It's kind of like, you know, in the NBA and shit, they be talking about Kevin Durant 6'9", but every time they put him next to somebody who's 7 foot, he taller than them. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I be feeling like these heights be inaccurate. Like they be talking about Canelo Alvarez 5'9". Shit, I'm 5'9". Canelo Alvarez ain't as tall as me, and that's coming from people who actually done been around Canelo. They say he every bit of 5'6", 5'7". They say he just got a big ass head, but they always seem to add a fucking inch to Canelo Alvarez's height every time he fight. And I see him and Canelo. I seen him and Floyd face off. You know what I mean? Ain't no way he 5'9" and Floyd 5'8". These guys done faced off. And Canelo hair, he had more hair than Floyd. Obviously, Floyd was bald, but Floyd looked like he was taller than Canelo. So that's interesting to me. But yeah, Canelo definitely below 5'8". I'm gonna say he a good 5'7". But I've seen like stats where he was 5'9". I'm like, bro, there's no way. There's no way. But anyways, the grand arrivals, man. Everybody showed up. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing to see. In all honesty, let me see something real quick. Hold up. What's this for? Kevin Torres. All right, we gonna get to that. We definitely gonna get to that. They said Canelo 5'6". I was Canelo 4'11". That's crazy. Yeah, torching Canelo in the comments, man. But yeah, it's good to see everybody at the grand arrivals, man. I was actually tuned in with Shakur Stevenson, just watching a couple of his interviews. He had a good interview with Ariel Helwani. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ariel Helwani for the content. I seen Shakur Stevenson do an interview as well with the Wade concept. I don't know who dude is. Like I seen that he's with like Ring Magazine and stuff like that, and apparently he got a shit ton of subscribers. He got a shit ton of views. But on my son, I've never heard of dude. Where did this dude come from? Like, was he always around? Was he always popular? Maybe. But then again, I don't really watch guys. Like, I don't really watch other content creators. Like, somebody got to inform me on who this guy is because I've never heard of him. But regardless, he had a good interview with Shakur Stevenson, and you could tell like he's just being himself. He's just being comfortable, And it's like he takes the approach where it's not really like an interview, like he just chopping it up, having a conversation with them, and that's kind of my approach too. I feel like when you try to approach like an interview, there's a lot of pressure. Well, you could get the best out of somebody by just having a conversation with them. You feel me? Oh, okay. Oh, he been in Misfits, so that's like. Ain't Misfits like them social media boxers though? Like, bro, no disrespect. I mean, maybe he was popping. I just ain't know about him. I don't really watch these dudes. Like, I just started hearing about the boy Showbiz, and he got a huge following. So I just don't watch these dudes, bro. Like, there's a handful of people I listen to, and that's occasionally. You feel me? And then I just focus on me. You feel me? Oh, okay. Ethan Theodore, shout out to the boy Ethan in the building, man. He says, who you got to win? Shakur or Zepeda? I'm definitely rocking with Shakur Stevenson in this one. I think that William Zepeda has showed a lot of flaws when going up against the southpaw style. We've seen it with Tevin Farmer on both occasions. I think that Tevin Farmer had the right idea, to even be more specific. I thought he could have edged out the first fight, to be honest with you. He gave William Zepeda a lot of fits. I do think William Zepeda beat him the second time, but regardless, the reality is he beat Tevin both times. But, each time they fought, you know what I mean, Tevin Farmer exposed a lot of holes in William Zepeda's game. You know what I'm saying? He has trouble with guys who are good at controlling range. You know what I mean? He has trouble with slick boxers. And I think Shakur Stevenson is a master of both things. You know what I mean? I think he's a master at, keeping guys just far enough to not be in range to hit him. You know what I mean? I think that he's extremely elusive. He may be the best defensive boxer in the sport of boxing right now. He has a great jab. When he punches in combinations is a beautiful thing as well. Shakur Stevenson has great punch creativity in terms of going to the head and going to the body. He also has a very underrated inside game, as well, from just watching him box. From what I've observed in his previous fights. I feel like a lot of people, when they study Shakur, they just stop They just start and then they stop at studying the Edwin De Los Santos fight. Man, Shakur Stevenson has a shit ton of fights that you could study, but they want to focus on the performances that was the most heavily criticized. Me personally, I went through some of his best performances and he showed a lot. And Shakur Stevenson is a special type of fighter. You feel what I'm saying? William Zepeda is special in his own ways because you can't find that many people that can throw 100 punches in a round. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very difficult to do. And if you think that that's something that's easy to do, I challenge you. Do one round on the bag and throw 100 power punches and see how you feel after just throwing those punches in one round. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a very difficult thing to do. And William Zepeda has done it consistently. I've seen one fight where he threw 350 punches in fucking 3 rounds. Like, that's insane. But I do think that William Zepeda's punch output is going to be cut drastically, just considering the fact that he's going to have a tough time, closing the gap against Shakur. Because the thing about Shakur could go about it a few different ways. You know what I mean? He could counterpunch you on the way in. He could time you and beat you to the punch as you trying to step in. When you stepping in, he's taking small steps back to get out of range completely, and it's gonna disrupt your offensive rhythm. Or he could just get on his bicycle and give you some lateral movement and have you picking up your feet. And William Zepeda, the type dude that if his feet aren't planted, he's gonna have a tough time getting his offense off. You feel what I'm saying? That's where I think Tevin Farmer had messed up at, to be honest with you. Tevin Farmer. Did I say Tevin Farmer? My fault. I'm fatigued right now. I'm running on fumes. But I think that's where Tevin Farmer messed up at in terms of, trying to sit in the pocket and push William Zepeda back. And he had success in spots, and that reveals something about William Zepeda that I already knew. He's not the type of fighter that does well fighting on the back foot. His specialty is running on the front foot. But in order to push somebody like William Zepeda back, you're going to have to get hit with some shit. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you're going to stand directly in front of William Zepeda attempting to push him back and be the aggressor and not get hit. You feel what I mean? So what you got to do with somebody like William Zepeda is you got to keep him off balance. You know what I mean? You can't allow him to plant his feet. You can't give him any moments where he's going to be able to let that clip go. You got to make that dude as gun shy as possible. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is, for one, don't allow him to close the gap. And two, don't allow him to plant his feet. As long as his feet are set, he's going to be in position to punch. You don't ever want to give somebody like William Zepeda the opportunity to punch, because there's a likelihood that you're not going to be able to match his output. And I seen Shakur Stevenson saying that, he sees William Zepeda making the fight tough and it's going to bring another dog up out of him and force him to fight. I think that Shakur Stevenson is going to have success in what he does best. And I don't even think Shakur Stevenson is going to have to reach in that bag to where, he's going to have to fight Zepeda off of him. Like, I just don't see that. I feel like that'll only happen. You said Zepeda throws on the move too. Okay, so with somebody that has the foot speed, who has the foot speed like Shakur Stevenson, is he going to be able to keep up with Shakur Stevenson's foot speed while simultaneously maintaining the same offense that he does in his other fights where he's throwing 100 punches around? That's not practical. That's not realistic in my opinion. And if he proves me wrong, I'll give him credit for it. But I've seen plenty of fights where, William Zepeda, obviously, I'm saying he has no problem stepping to you. He has no problem walking to you and, cutting the ring off or whatever the case is. But I don't see William Zepeda, punching off the move how you say he does. I don't see that. You feel what I'm saying? So, and if he does punch on the move, is he going to be able to punch and move as quickly as Shakur Stevenson does? I just don't see that. You feel what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Marky Dan says Shakur Calderon. That's funny as shit. Is very skilled, but his hands are brittle as wet paper. He should 12-0 Zepeda. Listen. He has had a history of messing with his hands, but I've seen that he's been doing things to, prevent his hands from sustaining further damage. Like I told y'all, I went on Cigar Talk and I spoke to Shakur Stevenson briefly, and I recommended the stem cells. I don't know if he got advice from anybody else, but shortly after that brief conversation we had, he was actually dealing with a doctor who specialized in things that, like activated stem cells. And for those of y'all who don't know what stem cells are, you know what I mean, they definitely reduce inflammation and parts of your body. It kind of like it rejuvenates like whatever. I can't really break down stem cells like a fucking expert. That's not really my particular field, but stem cells definitely do a shit ton with like recovery and reducing inflammation and shit like that. So let's see. Maybe them therapy sessions that Shakur Stevenson has been having to restore his hands, that might not be a factor. And if hurt hands aren't a factor in this fight with William Zepeda, that's going to make things a whole lot tougher for William Zepeda. If Shakur Stevenson is confident in throwing punches and not having to worry about his hands hurting, Zepeda's going to be in trouble, man. Or he's going to have a lot more to worry about. A lot of people keep labeling Shakur as like this pillow puncher, and that's cool. But when you get hit with some 8-ounce gloves consistently, and considering how accurate of a puncher Shakur Stevenson is, he's accurate without even throwing as many punches. You see what I'm saying? So if you get this man an opportunity, if he's in a space where he's secure about his the health of his hands, and he's letting his hands go, and he ain't got no problem getting his output up there with the accuracy he got, that could be a really bad job for somebody like William Zepeda. Ethan Theodore says Zepeda got a rock head. Pollo versus Matias look good too. I got the Dominican winning that. Okay, shout out to you for your input. You know what I mean? Great comment over there by Ethan. I think Subra Matias is actually going to pull that off. I think that he's going to actually, I think he's going to stop Pollo, bro. I know that's going to be a little controversial take and all that, man. But, I think Pollo, he could box. He rangy, southpaw, all that good stuff. But I do think that Pollo the type dude that like he'll give you movement and he'll box and shit like that. But he like to get a little gangster too. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that's what's really going. I think Matias is going to put Pollo in a situation where he just going to have to buckle down, and I think he's going to try to prove himself to somebody like Matias. Something just tells me that. But I think Matias is going to actually stop Pollo. And that if he does that, and if Pollo beats him, I wouldn't be surprised at all, because Pollo is definitely a dog. You feel me? So if he beats Matias, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean? And salute to Pollo regardless. But I think like just off the film that I've been watching, I really locked in on that Sandor Martin and Pollo fight, and I was like, I'm visualizing like Matias in them situations, and I'm like, this could be a bad John for Pollo, man. Like I was really watching it. Like I'm watching Sandor, you know what I mean, close the gap easily. I'm seeing him throw punches to the body and combinations. Like you don't really see that. You feel what I'm saying? Like usually a motherfucker, they'll drop, boom, you feel what I mean? Or boom, boom. Like I'm seeing Sandor Martin, boom, 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 boom to the body, and Pollo just shelling up. And I'm like, if Matias was behind those punches, man, that would have done some serious damage to somebody like Pollo. You feel what I'm saying? But Pollo a dog. So but his dog could get him hurt. It's good to have dog. It's good to know that you have dog, but there's times where you might have to put going up against a particular style, you might have to put your dog, you know what I mean, to the wayside. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to reserve that for a different time and put your brain over your heart. Because your heart could really get you hurt in boxing if you went in there with the wrong style. Y'all saying Matias stoppage round 9? I'm gonna say 11. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with coffee play. I think that's a good one. I think Matias in 11 is actually a good one. But if Matias starts early, which he typically doesn't, but if he starts early, it could be earlier than that. It might be 9, like Lewis said. Yeah, you gotta keep the dog in the kennel. Facts. I like that, Lorenzo. That sounds like some OG shit right there. Keep the dog in the kennel, right? Sometimes you gotta Yeah, I mean, you gotta know when and when not to use it. Some motherfuckers you could turn that dog on against and step on him, like Shakur Stevenson. We seen him bring that dog out against Jamel Herring, but you know what I mean, with a dangerous style like a Nakatila who wild and you know what I mean got some punching power. And De Los Santos, you know, considering the injury that Shakur Stevenson had, where he had one hand, he had to put he got dog, but he had to put the dog in the kennel to understand to make it to the ultimate goal, which is the win. You feel me? So that's just what I personally think. Shout out to Thomas Hill in the building. I seen you, brother. I hope everything is well with you. He says Morel by late stoppage over a game Katiev, which will most likely be the fight of the night. Yeah, I still haven't gotten the time to watch Katiev, but they saying like he a baby better be even stuff like that. You know what I mean? For those of y'all who watch, you know, Katiev, please confirm whether that's a great observation or not. I heard the dude is strong. I heard he's aggressive. They say he like to go to the body. But they said like he a little bit, he got like a stiff roboticness to him. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what people observed. I don't know. So I can't really give you that. I can't really give you like a breakdown on his style or whatever, but I do know that Morel, I would describe him as a boxer puncher. You know what I mean? I think he could box really well, but you know, considering the fact that he wasn't really fighting nobody, you know, notable before David Benavidez, I just think like he didn't really feel the need to box, so he was just going out there and clipping these dudes. So I think that David Morrell was, like I said, he could definitely bring his dog out in spots against Katiev, but I think that he needs to prioritize his boxing ability. You know, you don't really want to get them type of dudes like Katiev based off of what y'all telling me. You don't want to give him too many moments where, you know, he could possibly create some damage to you. So I would like to see Morrell actually get on, you know, his boxing shit, you know what I mean? Tune into the Cuban school, you know what I mean? Make him miss, make him pay. And as he starts to break down, in the later rounds, then you could probably turn it up a little bit. But I want to see Morrell use his brain. I don't want to see him go blow for blow with somebody like Katiev. He's strong, how people claim he is. You know, why give him that? Why allow him to use one of his, you know, big attributes? You know what I'm saying? Because in the sport of boxing, regardless of what people saying, you know, that Tom and Jerry bullshit and there's no running rule, boxing is about, you know, in its science, to understand the strengths that a fighter has and completely taking it away from them. Their biggest strength, you take it away from them. So if Katiev is like this, you know, this powerful puncher, and that seems to be the most devastating thing in his arsenal, then we want to take that away from him. You know what I mean? Katiev low keys gives me younger Murad Gaziev with less technical ability. Okay. Synonymous says strong pressure fighter. He could set up punches too, though. Well, that's dangerous. That's definitely dangerous. Especially because there's a lot of people that are strong but don't really know how to like variate their punches or set up set up their power shots. You know what I mean? Ethan says Matias don't hit that hard. He could have knocked out Paro. Puello got good conditioning. Matias only got a name because he killed someone in the ring. That's not true, brother. He also won a world title, and every win that he's had has been by knockout. So we're not about to sit here and diminish, you know, Subriel Matias and what he has accomplished in his career. Like, if you're not a fan of him, that's cool, but we're not about to sit here and act like he don't hit hard, because that's a ridiculous statement, to be honest with you. How can you say somebody don't hit hard when literally every win they've got has never went to the scorecards? You know what I'm saying? Like that, and the one loss that he actually had, he avenged by knockout. So I don't even understand how you could say that. You know, I actually know people that have sparred Subriel Matias, and they said that he has very heavy hands. And is Subriel like this one-punch knockout artist? Absolutely not. But you know what I mean? There's more than one way to knock somebody out. You know what I mean? And there's different types of power. You can have power and not have that one-shot concussive knockout power. You feel what I'm saying? Like there's some people that, are heavy-handed, accumulative punchers like Subriel Matias. You know what I mean? You got the accurate punchers that could get knockouts like a Shakur Stevenson. I know Shakur Stevenson ain't like this world-renowned puncher, but if he hits you in the right spot, he could definitely stop you. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't understand that, And to be honest with you, I look at the accumulation punching knockout artists more dangerous in comparison to the one punch knockout artists. I would rather, in terms of actually, lasting longer in your career, I think you will last longer in your career getting put out by a one punch knockout artist in comparison to getting broken down and damaged for however many rounds and, coming back and not being the same. Like Earl Spence, you couldn't tell me Earl Spence couldn't punch. You couldn't tell me Earl Spence couldn't punch because was he like somebody who would sleep you with one punch? No. But, you know what I mean? I heard Danny Garcia, tough, durable dudes like Danny Garcia say that he's one of the strongest people he ever been in the ring with. So you just can't sit here and say Subriel don't hit hard. You never been hit by Subriel to actually know that, to be honest with you. That's why I'm not really a fan of calling motherfuckers pillow punchers. You know what I mean? Because just because they ain't got a high and this is what a lot of people don't understand. I know motherfuckers who have low knockout ratios in the pros, but when they hit in the pads, they hit like a son of a bitch. Like, damn, how I remember when we was training Atifo Bro, shout out to him. You know what I mean? Because he might – I think in the next couple of years, he's going to get his opportunity for a world title shot. I remember coming out the amateurs, a lot of people had questions as to whether he could punch or not. You know what I'm saying? And I remember promoters was asking me that. You know what I mean? Guys who never worked with Atif, can he punch? I'm like, bro, he punches like a son of a bitch. Damn, that's crazy because he didn't have that reputation in the amateurs. I'm like, well, maybe because in the amateurs, he was boxing motherfuckers. He wasn't really trying to sit down on his punches and, really get guys up out of there. You feel what I'm saying? But in the pros, he started really putting niggas out. Like, it's just what it is. Like, just because and that's the thing. That's the thing a lot of people don't talk about. Just because somebody got a lopsided record don't mean that they trash. And just because somebody got a low knockout ratio don't mean they can't punch. That's another fighter that we used to deal with, Josh Jones. He like 8-9-0, whatever the case is. Probably 10-0 by now. He don't got the greatest knockout ratio, but he punches like a son of a bitch. Blair Cobbs ain't known for being the biggest puncher. I heard Bradman. I heard Coach Bradman say that Blair Cobbs, he didn't feel – he said that Blair Cobbs had the hardest punches on the pads that he's ever felt. You gotta be careful when you making these assumptions, man. Like, it's cool. Like, a lot of fans be like, oh, he's a pillow puncher. He's pillow fisted. A lot of motherfuckers that say that couldn't take a punch from that person that's pillow fisted. That's the reality. And the accumulative knockout puncher is just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than the one punch knockout artist. So we really there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to stop somebody. Either way, let's say me and you right now, we both 12-0, all knockouts. You sparking dudes, well, one punch, you putting them out. I'm beating niggas into submission, pause. Either way, we stopping these niggas. So who cares, who punch harder? We both getting the job done either way. And he dropped Broner, who has a great chin. Facts. Mike, I think Broner only been put down by he only been put down by Maidana and Blair. Who else dropped AB? I don't think nobody else dropped AB. Maidana dropped him. Blair dropped him. I don't think Pacquiao dropped him. I don't think Sean Porter dropped him. I don't think Jesse Vargas dropped him. Mikey. And I don't think anybody dropped Broner besides Blair and Maidana. You feel what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Go 787. What up? Puello got low KO. That's another thing, too. He said Puello don't punch hard. Okay, well, if Puello don't punch hard, who's to say that? I mean, he said Matias don't punch hard. Okay, if Matias don't punch hard, what make you think Puello punch hard? Because if you're saying that Matias can't really punch and all his wins been by knockout, what would you say about Puello? You know what I mean? Like, we don't really know Blair Kaz for being this devastating puncher, but I bet you he got some crack. I bet you. I bet you. You feel me? Shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Go ahead, hit the likes, man. We halfway through the live. I appreciate everybody that's coming through and showing love. By the way, I just found out today that we hit that mid 3,100 mark. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to the nation and the mob for that. We about to hit that 3,100 mark in due time, man. We just hit 3K. God damn. Ain't that something? Ain't that something, y'all? We building. What we spoke on already? We spoke a little bit. We got into a little bit of a tangent, but we were speaking about the grand arrival reactions and stuff like that. Speaking about Shakur Stevenson, and William Zepeda, and a little bit of Puello and Matias. You feel what I'm saying? But Matias got the recipe, dog. He got what it takes to beat Puello. My only concern is Puello's counterpunching ability. If Puello wasn't such a good counterpuncher, then I would really be a lot more confident in my Subaru Matias pick. You know what I'm saying? Because Matias is the type dude that is almost like, like when a snowball going down a hill, and as it's going down like a hill, the snowball gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and the bigger that it gets, the more of an unstoppable force it becomes. That's how I look at Subaru Matias' style. It's like he starts off slow, but once he gets the ball rolling, it's hard to stop his momentum. You see what I mean? And what could really stop Subaru Matias' momentum more than anything is a sharp counterpuncher. You know what I mean? Like, if Subaru got to sit there and, once you get Subaru to think about what he's doing and, you know what I mean, have him worried about starting off a combination because he know you're going to shoot some shit in between, that could be discouraging for somebody and cut their output significantly. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the only thing that concerns me in terms of, Puello. Everything else I feel like Subaru Matias could figure out. But if Subaru isn't able to get past Puello's counterpunching ability, this could be a long night for Matias, man. I'm telling you. It's hard to get a rhythm started with somebody like a Puello that counterpunches really well. When you watch Juan Manuel Marquez versus Manny Pacquiao, yeah, Manny Pacquiao had won some fights against Juan Manuel Marquez or whatever the case is, but what we do know is Marquez gave him hell every time. And part of the reason why Marquez gave Pacquiao hell every time was because Juan Manuel Marquez was a hell of a counterpuncher. He had no problem punching in between your punches. And Pacquiao is somebody who, is offensive minded. And he likes to punch in combinations. He likes to, let his hands go. But he gave Pacquiao a tough time with letting his hands go because he gave Manny something to look at or either think about each time he tried to shoot a combination. Let's go ahead and time re-out. Man. We got to sit him down for a little bit. He ain't even talking about boxing. That's crazy. Come back a better nigga, Ree. God damn. He been in my DM just troll. Yo, for those of y'all who don't know, man, me and Ree talk just about every day, bro. This motherfucker trolls me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And because we got some weird ass niggas that come out of Philly right now, I'm telling you, Reed DM me every day. He DM me every day, just talking shit about either me, Philly, or both. Like he don't hit me up. He don't hit me up about anything else. He don't be like, "Yo, how you feeling? How your son doing?" Philly, all he do is talk shit. Every time he see some weird shit come out of Philly, he be like, "Man, this your uncle? This your brother? Man, you dead tweaking." I'm like, "That's my pop." Damn. Just sit there and troll me all day, man. Shit, wow. But anyways, yeah, man, we got some good fights coming up this weekend, dog. I might Yeah, that's definitely his day job. Reed just he find a way to fuck with me. I'm trying to tell you, he troll me every day. He sent me, I don't know how many times he DM me a day, but it's always nut shit. It's always nut shit. He don't stop. Reed be bored. I forgive him though. It's definitely every day though. Like I don't remember the last time Reed wrote like didn't write me for a day. Always something. But that's my boy though. I fuck with Reed. He crazy though. Um Shout out to everybody in the building, man. So what we talking about, man, for the last 25 minutes? What we talking about, man? What intrigued y'all the most about this card coming up? Did y'all see an interview that caught y'all eye, man? What y'all want to chop it up about, man? I'm gonna leave it up. I'm gonna leave it up to the chat. You feel me? Because as of it's fight week, and fight weeks usually go the slowest for me in all honesty because I'm just anticipating the fight so bad. You feel what I'm saying? Like Amanda Serrano, I think Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor rumbling on Friday. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that, man? Because they fought both times. Both times was exciting. There's people that believe Amanda Serrano won both times. There's people that feel like Katie Taylor edged it out both times. What's y'all assessment of Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, man? Because I ain't gonna lie, I love Amanda Serrano and stuff like that, but I'm one of the people who initially believed Amanda Serrano won them fights. Then when I went back and watched them, I'm like, oh, okay, I see why Katie Taylor might have won this round, because although Amanda Serrano is the aggressor, she's the harder puncher, and she may have landed harder shots and stuff like that. Katie Taylor had a lot of moments where her boxing was pretty successful. You know what I mean? Like she was catching, she was taking advantage of a lot of the holes that Amanda Serrano has defensively. Sometimes like Amanda Serrano overcommit to a shot and Katie Taylor make her pay for that. Or like she really lacks, like Amanda Serrano, she really a come forward fighter. It's just that a lot of women really don't have the durability to stand up to her punches. And she hits really hard for a girl, and a lot of girls ain't accustomed to getting hit that hard by another woman. So she's liable to break, women up pretty easily, which is why she got a high ass knockout ratio for a female. She might, I think she either tied or had like the second most knockouts in like female boxing history. I think she behind somebody. She has some type of record. She got 31 KOs and 47 fights, which is absolutely insane for a female boxer. Like, how many female boxers done stop 30 people or 30 other females? You don't really see that often. I think, what the fuck was this? I think Christy Martin has more knockouts than her. I think Christy Martin got the most KOs. Let me see. Yeah, she got 32 KOs. Amanda Serrano got 31. But that's what I heard. I don't know if Ann Wolf got more knockouts than them. I doubt it. Nah, man, she only got 16 KOs. So Christy Martin literally got double the KOs that Ann Wolf has. But Ann Wolf, she had a pretty high knockout ratio, 24 wins and 16 knockouts. That's 2 out of 3. 67% of her victories came by KO. So that's impressive. But yeah. Artman the Great. Shout out to Artman the Great. He says Sheeraz most protected in the game right now. Why you say that, Artman? You think he the most protected in the game? Why? Bella Faith says, I thought Amanda Serrano won the first fight, but the second fight, Katie outboxed her clearly. I see what I understand why you would say that. I thought that Katie Taylor had a lot of success whenever she was boxing Amanda Serrano. Where she fucked up at was when she was trying to trade with Amanda Serrano. So Amanda too strong, you know what I mean? Too big of a puncher to just be playing with like that. You know what I'm saying? But Amanda Serrano, I think she definitely has the capabilities to beat Katie Taylor in this fight. Is this going to be at a different weight class than usual? Did they change the weight class? I swore they changed the weight class because I swore that it was at 140. These last two fights was at 140. Then I was hearing they was doing it at 35 this time. Somebody got to let me know. What weight class what weight are they fighting at? Because I swore they was fighting at 135 for this fight. And if that's the case, that really plays into Amanda Serrano's favor. Okay, so they said it's going the first fight was at lightweight and the rematch was at light welterweight. The trilogy will also be at light welterweight. All right, never mind. Just I must have misread that. I might have misread that. It said Katie Taylor got them 2003 Brock Lesnar traps. Ooh wee. But let me address Art Man. He said he really lost his last fight. Now they got him headlining in the States over Shakur. Hey man, shit, I don't know. I see what you're saying, Art Man, but to me, like if you asking me who one of the most protected motherfuckers in boxing, I done seen worse, bro. Ryan Garcia. Art Man, let's keep it 1,000. Like we seen Ryan Garcia take illegal IVs in front of the people. We seen this man drinking and smoking and get away with racist rants. You feel what I'm saying? Only the WBC stood up to him. He gets suspended for only a year. Then he comes back and he's the headline of an event. Like that's what you come back to. You come off of a racist rant and failed drug test. You know what I'm saying? To take a year off and headline a main event in Times Square. That's what's crazy to me. You know what I mean? And it's not like, I thought Hamzah lost too. I thought Hamzah lost too, to be honest with you. But, it's not like he walked away with a W. They gave him a draw. Like, this dude, Ryan Garcia, known drug cheat, known racist. Nobody gave a fuck about it. They gave him a career high payday to fight in Times Square and his comeback fight off of a 1-year ban for testing positive for Ostarine. If that don't tell you he one of the most protected motherfuckers, I've never seen nobody get defended for failing the drug test until Ryan Garcia. I never saw somebody get defended for you going on a racist rant until Ryan Garcia came around. He got to be the most protected fighter in the sport of boxing. And the reason why I feel like they fell in love with what he could possibly be in comparison to what he is. And I've always said that Ryan Garcia is the most overrated fighter in the sport of boxing. Are we looking over the whole landscape of boxing? All the popular fighters is on the come up right now. Ryan Garcia they mention him amongst the four kings. How? Ryan sells. When has Ryan ever sold outside of Gervonta Davis? Outside of the Gervonta Davis fight, like where did this come from? No, he got social media followers, and they swore that it was going to translate into pay-per-view revenue, and it didn't. When he fought Emmanuel Tago, what was the numbers behind that? What was it? When he fought these guys that wasn't Gervonta Davis, what number outside of Devin Haney and fucking Gervonta Davis? What did he do to sell? Oscar Duarte. What did he sell with Oscar Duarte, bro? Like I never heard of selling out no venues. I don't see him on no highest pay-per-view selling list. Where did this idea of Ryan Garcia being a seller, like this superstar, come from? Motherfuckers who are attracted to him. Motherfuckers who actually want him to be something and hoping that he be something, when in reality, he never shown you to be shit. He been in 2 big fights in his whole career. One fight he fucking quit in. The other fight, And he was, and in the Gervonta Davis fight, he claimed he was weight drained. The nigga was eating tacos days before the weigh-in. The day before the weigh-in, the motherfucker was eating taquitos and shit. He made weight easy. He was getting his ass whooped in sparring. I think he fucked his rib up or something. Gervonta Davis folding to the body. He gets up at 10. So in my eyes, he quit. Then he goes up against Devin Haney. He has a whole episode because he's unsure of himself going into the Devin Haney fight on all types of drugs and shit to try to improve his performance. And he gets popped. So he had 2 big fights in his career. He didn't win neither one of them. But they so attracted to Ryan Garcia. They want him to be such this big deal so bad that they was willing to and them being low-key racist and having this deep, bitter resentment for Devin Haney, that they was willing to look past the racist rants. I'm seeing black people defend Ryan Garcia for saying the N-word and saying that he's a part of a domestic terrorist organization that was known for lynching black folks. That's who they was willing to overlook all of that. Just because they hated Devin Haney so much more. Like that's crazy to me. Like I never seen any of this. I never seen fighters that get defended for racist rants. I never seen a fighter get defended for using PEDs until Ryan Garcia came to the light. I've never seen it. Never. Like Hamzah Sheeraz, yeah, he got a little gift with that draw. Yeah, I thought Carlos Adames beat him clearly. And yeah, he might be, you know what I mean? But that's the perks of, dealing with Turki Al-Sheikh. You know what I mean? You scratching his back by being a Ring magazine ambassador or whatever the case is, or a Riyadh season ambassador. You scratch his back by promoting his brand. He scratched your back by making you, the star of an event. That's just how that shit go. That's probably why Abdullah Mason is, the bout above Bam Rodriguez. And Bam Rodriguez, as of right now, is way more accomplished than Abdullah Mason. I think that's just the perks of, uplifting his brand or getting his brand out there. Because let's keep it 1,000. Ring Magazine was always respected and stuff like that. But the Ring Magazine has been more relevant now than ever. It's always been around, but it's more relevant now than ever because of the money that Turki Al-Sheikh is pumping into the company. Like there was only 4 major belts that people was talking about, not too long ago. WBO, WBC, WBA, IBF. Now it's like they've been promoting the Ring Magazine brand so well. It's like damn near you gotta promote the Ring Magazine. Like you now motherfuckers bringing up the Ring Magazine title as like the, as a prevalent title right now in the sport of boxing. So I guess having all these people be brand or Ring Magazine ambassadors or Riyadh season ambassadors is paying off for them. Hold up. This month can be huge. No, my neighbor's snapping. She's like the angriest person that I've ever came across in life. She always mad about something. Like she snap every day. I know that's not good for your health, especially when you a big bitter bitch. When you when you like 200 plus and you angry all the time, it can't be good for your heart. Can't be. You know what I mean? Stress a motherfucker. So that's a super bad joint. You know what I mean? Like I know you don't like yourself because of how much you eat and destroy your health. That don't mean you got shit on everybody else. Some motherfuckers is happy out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Jeez. I be learning, man. I've been on my bad boys too. Shit, nigga, nigga. I'm talking about woosah. You feel me? They slamming doors and shit. Sheesh. That's a mix of cholesterol and high blood pressure. She better go ahead and eat some motherfucking honey nut Cheerios, get that motherfucking cholesterol down. You know what I mean? A bowl a day, you keep the stress away, ho. You know what I mean? Yeah, get your ass on that motherfucking you know what I mean? We got this long ass trail behind this crib. She better go, you know what I mean, walk her ass down that motherfucker or something, bitch. Fuck wrong with you? We got all these steps that come up to this crib. We on the third floor of this big ass building. Better get some drills in on them steps, ho. I mean, I be worried about the wrong shit. You know what I mean? Live. Shit, a bowl a day. She wilding the fuck out. You know what I mean? Lactate milk too. You don't need that shit that come from the, you don't need that motherfucking lactase and all that. Yeah. She wilding. She gonna she gonna make a big ass bowl. Yeah, she got one of them she gonna eat that. She gonna dump the whole box in that bitch. She gonna put the whole box in that bitch. She gonna put it in one of them baking bowls and shit. That they put the motherfucking batter in and shit. So I say the same thing. Keep that negative energy away from me. Yeah, bro. As you get older, you realize, bro, you wake up with a certain battery, cuz you feel what I mean? That's how I look at it. Like if you let's say you slept how much however many hours you needed to sleep and your bar at 100, bro. That shit like if you use that battery to go into like negative energy and shit, that energy could have went towards having some positive moments with my son and bro, nobody doing that shit, bro. I don't want beef with nobody, bro. Now sometimes beef is inevitable. Like I was about to knock this Mexican boy the fuck out on Sunday. Yeah, because the 4th of July just went past. I had some Sunday classes and shit like that. And there was this Mexican boy that had like this U-Haul truck or whatever. And like, bro, he tailgating the shit out of me. Mind you, we on a small ass block. And I'm approaching a stop sign and he getting mad that I'm slowing down at the stop sign. So I took my head out the window. I'm like, yo, bro, you need to slow the fuck down. He talking about, oh, get out the fucking way, get out the fucking way. And I was like, pull over. Bro, when I went to pull over, bro, this motherfucker take a turn and start dicking. I'm like, bro, that nigga probably had to take a shit or something. I was going to tune him because he was talking crazy. I'm seeing the veins come out his neck and all type of shit. I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga gangsta. I'm about to tune him. Ooh-wee. I was going to tune him. That shit was boom, bing. I was going to break his shit up, bro. We was going to be rumbling right in the middle of the block. Yeah, I was going to fry him. Motherfucker look like what's this nigga name? This motherfucker look like a boxer nigga, man. Motherfucker look like I just said his name earlier. Jesse Vargas. Motherfucker look like Jesse Vargas. I'm going Toonie, bro. Bitch ass nigga. He had like a little he had like one of them mushroom like cuts and shit. Oh yeah, I was going to tune him. Mark off 0 stamina right now. Yeah. He said 6 more minutes. Shit, you know how I be. I say I'll be on an hour, then I end up being on here for 2 hours. So we go see. Yeah, we not young and dumb anymore. Coffee, how old is you, Coffee? We the same age? $26. Oh, all right. All right, so you was born in '99 though. Justin Jackson. Shout out to Justin Jackson in the building. I haven't seen you in a while. You said Anthony Kasase. I forgot how to say his last name, but yeah, I see he suffered a back injury, so he won't be fighting Raymond Ford on August 16th. Yeah, I seen Raymond Ford's response. He just wrote LOL. So, you know what I mean? With Raymond Ford, responding in that way, he probably feeling like Anthony just found a way out of the fight or whatever the case is. But injuries happen, man. You feel what I'm saying? Now, do I think that there's times where fighters pull out with fake injuries in order to avoid competition, or you know what I mean? So I'm gonna tell you this. I know for a fact there was a Philly fighter that was supposed to fight this fight, but then pulled out of a fight, but ended up pulling out of the fight due to an injury. But he really had gotten put out in sparring. I'm not going to say his name. Y'all probably not even going to know who he is anyway, but he pulled out with this injury, but he really got slept in sparring. You know what I mean? So I do think that there's times where people pull out and say that they had injuries and shit like that, but you know what I mean? There may have been other factors like, them not performing well in camp and they can't be concerned. You know what I mean? Them being caught up in personal shit and not being focused in camp. Their manager might take them out of the fight because it could fuck up his investment in his fighter. It could be, the person don't really want to take that fight. They rather go down this avenue instead. And they don't want to look like a duck, so they just pull out with an injury. You feel what I'm saying? So it could be a multitude of reasons as to why people pull out of fights. And I don't know what Anthony's reasoning is, but he may have very well had gotten an injury, and back injuries are the worst. I think that was the one time Shane Mosley, I think he fought who was it, Anthony Mundine, and he pulled, and he ended up having a back injury, and he quit on his stool as a result. You feel what I'm saying? So I think wasn't when Shane Mosley fought Anthony Mundine, and I think he had a back injury. He couldn't box no more. Which one was it? Yeah, it was Anthony Mundine. Yeah, he said back spasm. So back injuries do happen in boxing. Can y'all hear that? That's her all the time, yo. She always yelling at somebody. Yo, Pop, this the lady that always got problems at my apartment, bro. She always yelling at somebody. She always got a motherfucking attitude. My son had waved at her one time, and she just looked at him and kept walking. I wanted to spit on that bitch, bro. My son not even my son's starting to talk now, but at the time he wasn't really saying too much. So he was speaking with his hands and shit. It's my son will wave by, he'll wave hi. And one of the few times that he actually waved hi to somebody, she didn't even say nothing back. I wanted to slap the dog shit out of her, bro. So lucky I ain't one of them type dudes, but I'd have knocked that bitch head right through the sheetrock. I actually like where I live, though, to be honest with you. It's just her. You feel me? But if anybody ever lived in an apartment complex, there's always that one dickhead. And I done lived in 2 of them already. So how she looked, like precious. What she look like? She like precious. You know what I mean? It's exactly who she looked like. Right there. But the difference is, Shorty next door, she got a struggle tail. She one of them. Like when you really look at her, you see how she look. I'm like, oh, I see why you angry. You know what I mean? Because she got a face like Precious and a body like Rakishi. You feel me? So when you look like that, you know what I mean? That's a lot of shit to be mad at. And what be crazy is, and that's how you know, man, like these niggas will fuck anything. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, you gotta pack him. He wildin'. But anyways, I forgot what I was even saying. These trolls be tripping. Yeah, bro. Face like Precious and a body like Rakishi. Like, yo, I see why you mad, cuz I be mad too. Oh yeah, what I was saying was she got a whole baby dad that be living in there, and the nigga always leave. Like, bro, he leave every time he walk in there. He leave. I be surprised. That nigga be gone for days, come back, and he cool as shit. I'm like, what's up, bro? He like, yo, what up? Then he go in there, bro. You hear a little bit of back and forth, and this nigga right out the door. He do not come back. I'm like, ain't no way, bro. I know after he be hitting that shit, it be smell like hella pork and beans in that motherfucker, guys. God damn. Nigga be coming out that bedroom smelling like hot dog water. It should be smelling like Badussy. What has anybody else ever fantasized about clapping Medea's cheeks? That's a nasty nigga. Medea's cheeks, you know that's a man, right? Vienna sausages. Yo, man. I'll be like, yo. I'm like, what the fuck niggas making seafood boils next door? And all you hear is this. Oh, yo, I smell like Red Lobster in this motherfucker. Smell that shit through the walls. Smell like old extra spicy seafood boil out this motherfucker. Nigga said he want to fuck Medea. Nigga, that is Tyler Perry. That was motherfucking Tyler Perry with a gray wig on and a big ass dress. That's a dick under that dress, my brother. You wildin'. Seek help immediately. Smell like straight Old Bay. Yo. I'm like, yo, how the fuck? Y'all niggas ever walked into a Petco? No motherfuckers ever walked into a Petco? Man, as soon as she opened that ass up, it started smelling like Petco out this motherfucker, boy. God damn, smell like hermit crabs and all. I'm like, yeah, you wildin', cousin. Smell like gerbils. That's crazy. He want to play hide the pickle. That's hilarious. I'll be telling the trolls on here that me and they mom be playing hide the weenie. Yeah. I remember my white neighbor used to tell me that. Yo, mind you, I'm gonna tell y'all something before I get up out of here, right? So I grew up in an all Rican neighborhood, right? My dad could vouch for this. He in the comments. He already know. It was all Ricans. Then we had, Ricans, black, Dominican, whatever the case is, right? But the neighborhood I grew up in was mostly Puerto Rican. Now, where I lived with my mom, I literally had the only neighbor in the whole neighborhood that was white. He could have been at any house in that hood, bro. There's hundreds of houses in my neighborhood. I had the only white neighbor, and this motherfucker was a bona fide racist, right? Bona fide racist. He been there since like the 60s. He been there since the 60s, and he's so like set in his ways. Like he felt like he don't need to lead the neighborhood because he was there first. Like he one of them like stubborn racist motherfuckers, right? So the nigga was also a pervert. Like I remember I pulled up his Facebook one time, and he had like this nigga had like photos of like bitches' feet and shit like that. Like he a little nasty ass white man, right? So he was a weirdo, bro. Looking back, he was a bona fide weirdo because he had a crush on this lady that lived up the block from us. Her name was Janet. My pop on my son life, bro. My pop could vouch for this. If he in the comments right now, he'll tell you I'm not lying. This nigga used to have binoculars, bro, by his screen door, and he'll put his binoculars on to watch Janet on her porch from up the block. On my son life, this shit is not kept. This is how nasty this nigga was, right? At the time I was young, I was innocent, I ain't know no better. Look, see my pop saying facts. That nigga Bernie was a nasty motherfucker. He used to watch Janet from up the block with binoculars on. And my pop chased him around one time with a baseball bat because he was on some racist shit. That's a different story. Anyways, so there was one point in time where he had a crush on my aunt. I got an aunt by the name of Rosa. It's my mom's sister. And like my aunt would come around sometimes and Bernie would just be on her, just thirsty. You feel me? He had a thing for them white skinned Puerto Ricans. So remember the one time he was telling me, he was like, yeah, me and your Aunt Rosa, later on tonight, we gonna play hide the weenie. And I used to be like, what the fuck is that? Whole time he playing the shit out me, bro. Pretty much telling me that he like pretty much he gonna be fucking my aunt tonight or be doing some weird shit on my aunt, getting into some sexual festivities and shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck that even mean? I was so young, I had no idea what he was talking about. I'm like, hide the weenie. Like, what, nigga? Whole time he telling me that, bro. I'm like, bro, this nigga Bernie was a nasty nigga, bro. He used to tell me that. It used to just be me on the porch, you know what I mean? And then him on his screen door and shit, because he just had steps. I had steps with a porch. So he's like, yeah, me and Rosa, we gonna play hide the weenie. And I used to be like, what that mean, bro? He used to crack up. Bro, he used to crack the fuck up, like laugh, like die laughing. Like he knew that I didn't understand what he meant, and that was so funny to him. And I'm like, what a fucking piece of shit. But yeah, my dad almost beat the dog shit out of me with a baseball bat because he used to, I don't know, he used to fuck with my pop. I don't know exactly what he used to do, but like he used to taunt my dad and shit like that. Whenever my dad try to rumble him, he'll like run in the house. You know what I'm saying? Or he'll stay behind his screen door and shit. So like he would never come off the steps. You know what I'm saying? Bro, he still lived next to my mom to this day. I seen this nigga like 2 days ago. Now he be playing it all cool and to himself. Like he be chilling now that he a lot older than what he was. But like in his prime, he was weird, bro. Like I remember like when the Eagles was trash, bro. That was another thing. He hated the Eagles, right? But I feel like he only hated the Eagles because we liked the Eagles. That's how racist he was. Like he was so racist. Like if you like something, he would find a way to dislike it just to get you mad. Like the Eagles will lose, and you can hear this nigga through the walls, like screaming, running up and down the steps, laughing, talking shit. I'm like, bro, this nigga Bernie was a psychopath, bro. Like a bona fide psychopath. Something was wrong with him. This motherfucker used to cheer and celebrate. Like I feel like sometimes he used to be yelling into the walls. Like, bro, he was crazy. Like he'll say what's up to me and shit like that. You know what's so funny? He'd be like, "Tell your dad I said hi, all right?" I'm like, nigga, like you really think I forgot like the nut shit you used to do? You used to fuck with my dad and talk all this shit to him just to get him mad. Try to get my dad all riled up. Then when he chasing you around the street with a baseball bat, now my dad crazy. See, that's what them niggas do. That's what them pussy ass niggas do. They fuck with you. They fuck with you. They fuck with you. And then when you snap, or you ready to rumble, whatever the case is, then they like, oh man, bro, just chill out, man. Oh man, you why you acting like this? Huh? Like they play victim. They'll play. Bella Face said Caucasian people are bold. Bella, what's your ethnicity? I probably done asked you already. I'm sorry. I don't know why. When I hear a name like Bella, I just assume like you white. But I don't know. Yeah, bro, he would talk crazy. I'm like, he'd be like, yo, tell your dad I said hi, all right? I'm like, nigga, I'd be like, yeah, I don't be telling my dad shit. I remember how the way he used to treat my pop, nigga. He used to, like a couple years ago, he was fucking with my step pop. I'm like, yo, this nigga just want to smoke with everybody. He's a weirdo, bro. He'll play it cool with you, then he switch up on you. Like, he weird, bro. And that nigga, he make him super weird. This nigga never had a bitch. This nigga never had a girl, like ever. Never had a girlfriend. Always lived in the crib by himself. He never had no hoe. I never seen a hoe come out his crib. Nothing. G tatted up. What up? Bella Face said, oh, you black? Oh, that's what's up. Salute. Shout out to the sister, Bella Faith. She be coming through sometimes. You know what I mean? Whenever she feel like it. You know what I mean? Most of the time she be too busy for the gang. You feel me? She be too busy for the nation, but she come through whenever she got some time. Shout out to Bella Faith. But what we closing out with, y'all? What we talking about? Yo, Pop, I don't even think I told you, but back in high school, I remember it was like 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, bro. This is when I was playing for the Catholic League. I was playing for this basketball league. It was during the summer, so I was like in high school, but it was during the summer. And I'm outside doing my basketball drills. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm, just doing like handle drills and shit that I just seen online. So I was like copying. Bro, this nigga called the cops on me because I was dribbling my basketball in front of the house, bro. I'll never forget that shit. I remember I was just doing regular drills, bro. And the cops just stopped right in front of me. They both hop out at the car at the same time. I'm like, what the fuck? So I stopped dribbling. I'm like, what's going on? Oh, we got a call that you're somebody's out here being like disturbing or whatever the case is. Bernie came right out the crib talking about, yeah, I was the one who called. I was like, what the fuck, nigga? I said, nigga, I'm dribbling my basketball. It's the fucking afternoon. I I'm like, I told Brown, I was like, look at you, you wasting people's time. I said, you was a fucking weirdo. And the cop was like, hey. No, ain't no fucking hey. Fuck you. Like, fuck all that. I said, bro, he always harassing people. He always fucking with people. He was like, oh, I'm not harassing nobody. You out here disturbing us. So I said, who's us, nigga? You living there by yourself. You fucking weirdo, bro. He called the cops on me because I dribbled my basketball outside. Like, he could have easily told me, yo, can you like turn down the noise a little bit? I probably still would have continued dribbling because fuck them. But you ain't even had the balls to say something to me. You just went straight up and called the cops. Like, the nigga's a weirdo, bro. That's why, like, you know what I mean? I'll like nod my head at him and shit like that, but I just keep it moving, cuz he's a weirdo, bro. He call the cops on you for anything. He'll talk all this gangster shit to you. Then when niggas really bought that shit, he called the cops. I remember these graffiti artists, because he'll call the cops on niggas for doing graffiti on the walls and shit. Somebody wrote real big on the Chinese store wall, Bernie is a snitch. Somebody wrote that shit. They like bombed that shit out with their graffiti name. Then next to their name, they wrote big as shit, Bernie is a snitch. And Bernie crib directly in front of the Chinese store. So he would sit out there and he'll look at it. And I remember we was like, damn, Bernie. No, like they wrote something. Like, yo, Bernie, they wrote something about you over there, man. He said, I ain't the only Bernie around here. I said, nigga, you the only Bernie that called the cops on motherfuckers. You the only Bernie that's a snitch out this motherfucker. They talk about you, nigga. The fuck is you talking about? They wrote that shit big as shit, bro. He was sick. He was calling the city and all to paint over that shit. That shit was hilarious. And yeah, I don't forget. I don't forget anybody who treated me like shit when I was young. Nobody. If you treated me like shit when I was a young boy, you was a bitch. And I'll most likely whoop your motherfucking ass if I had the chance. Old heads from my block, they be coming up, oh man, you got a handsome son, man. Fuck you, nigga. I remember when I was young, you treated me like shit, fuck nigga. And then now it's like, I remember growing up, I always used to chill with like older niggas and shit because young boys my age, I wasn't really like on the same time as like I just always felt like I was, you know what I mean, mentally like not above them, but like more mature than them. You feel me? So I was always with older people. So when I was like 12, I used to hang out with like 15-year-olds, 14, 15-year-olds and shit. So I remember it was this bitch ass nigga. I'm gonna call him George, right? He used to swear like he always used to swear he could young boy me. And at the time, like he was a little bit older than me and shit, so he was stronger. You know what I mean? I was a little boy. I was in 6th grade. Like he always try to play me, always act like. And he used to hate that everybody else was like cool with me. Like niggas used to hit me up and be like, "Yo, come outside," type shit. He used to hate that I used to be around. Always try to young boy me and shit. So I remember the other day, I'm at the Little Caesars and shit. I wanted to grab some quick pizzas and shit for the people that was over my crib. And this motherfucker walk in. Mind you, I know he don't even recognize me because I don't look nothing like, you know, how I looked when I was young and shit. I was a little short, fat nigga. You feel me? So I know he don't recognize me. And I'm looking at him, bro, nigga, a loser, bro. Like a straight up loser. He like short, fat. Nigga ain't gross since he was 15. Short, fat, dirty. I'm like, bro, like everything in me just how the way niggas used to treat me when I was young, it just make me want to slap the dog shit out of him. Feel me? And then I remember the one time, like back when I was like 19, 20, some other nigga that niggas used to be hating on me. I don't know why. But I was like, yeah, man, I remember when you was a young boy, man, you was annoying as shit. I'm like, what? So nigga, I was never even around you. How the fuck was I annoying? Know what I'm saying? Like, man, you was funny. Like, nah, nigga, don't switch that shit up, nigga. Fuck out of here. Try to shake my hand. I'm like, no, I'm cool, nigga. Fuck out of here. Niggas is super weird, bro. Like, all right, nigga, you annoying now. So now what? Fuck. trying to be on my dick, and you try to like make these little like niggas be passive aggressive. They be trying to throw shots at you, dude. They try to disguise it as a joke. Nigga, nigga, you was a lame when we was young, and you a lame now, nigga. And here you go, try to play me when I was a young boy. Now you trying to be on my dick because I'm grown and I'm getting to it. Like, fuck out of here, nigga. Niggas be dumbass old niggas that swore they was cool when we was teenagers. Now they in my DM asking me for money. Fuck out of here. Man, man, I just need to pay this light bill, man. Go suck some dick for it, nigga. Go do what you do for free. Go do what you do for free. You know what I mean? If you take pipe for free, you might as well get paid for it, brother. Lando, my pop in the building. Shout out to the pops, man. Talking all the way from Puerto Rico. We getting love out in Puerto Rico, nigga. 88 said, got them cheeseburgers, man. If you know, you know. That's hilarious. But my pop said, hey, did you see the interview when they asked Xander Zayas, who was the youngest champion in history, and he didn't know the answer? Are you serious? Are you serious? I need to find that, Pop. If you stumble across that interview, please send that to me. I might make a segment on this next live frying his little dumb. See, look, I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? I know somebody that gets along with them top ranked people real well in boxing. You know what I mean? That's how I got the Bomac interview and all that good shit. And I'm like, hey, is there any way that I could get in contact with Xander Zayas? I would love to do an interview with Xander Zayas. He doesn't have that many interviews out there. And I mean, I would like to, see if I could get something going. Oh, that's going to be a tough one, man. Damn, why? Oh, they just real protective over him. And, they just want him to be, they're very selective with who they choose to interview him. They really look at him as like the next big thing. So they're trying to protect his image. I'm like, word? Yeah, but you could see this is like his publicist right here. You could reach out to him, and I'm like, all right. So I already knew where this shit was going. So I stood optimistic about it. And I reached out to the publicist. No response back. I even commented on their main pic like, yo, bro, I just sent you a DM if you go open that. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. Nothing. And they was like, yeah, they trying to make him the next Trinidad. So they looking at him as the next Trinidad. So, they just being real protective over Xander. First of all, there will never be another Tito Trinidad again. Like, I know what y'all trying to shoot for, bro, but you not going to be like him, bro. Like, you not. You not. You feel what I'm saying? If that's what you're trying to shoot for, you would never be Tito Trinidad. Ain't nobody will ever be Tito Trinidad. I don't think anybody will ever have the island like Tito Trinidad had it. You feel me? But like that's what they were saying. They giving me the run around. I'm like, damn, I'm a Puerto Rican nigga just like you, cuz. Like you couldn't even like even if you said no. I've had niggas say like, yeah, man, I'm not gonna be available this time, but reach out to me at this time and see what we could do. I would respect that more. Or it's like, oh, if you want to do that, we can set something up for this time. And I'm like, damn, so I'm over here getting interviews from white boxers. I'm over here getting interviews from black trainers and black fighters. Bro, I'm getting interviewed. I could get interviews either way I go, but because this nigga is like this Puerto Rican and, they think he's going to be the next big deal and shit that, you know what I mean? He's only, they secluded him to only certain platforms to do interviews on. Man, fuck these niggas, bro. Fuck these niggas, bro. And, you know, I keep up. You know, I come up on here and I don't be shitting on Xander Zayas. You feel me? I don't be shitting on Xander Zayas. I be hoping he do something for Puerto Rico. You feel me? But it's like, bro, like y'all niggas is not that exclusive. And it's like, if y'all want him to be the next Tito Trinidad will talk to anybody about anything. Like, what the fuck? Like, Tito Trinidad is really engaged with the people. You secluding yourself from the people. It seemed like you want to be Kodo more than you want to be Tito. Because Tito would sit down and and my papa tell you, he would sit down and have a conversation with a homeless person. Like he'll embrace that homeless person like it's his son. You feel me? That's who Tito is. Tito will give anybody an opportunity or conversation. That bro, Tito was talking to me and my pop like he knew us. Never seen me a day in my life. Kodo was the type nigga who he wouldn't even want to give you a picture for him. He wouldn't even want to give you a picture. He'd walk right by you. You ask for a picture, he'd be like, nah, just go about his way. This nigga said Wilfredo Gomez at 18. So it claiming, bro, it's like, bro, if you really like, I don't know. As a Puerto Rican in boxing, you should know that. You should know that Wilfred Benitez is the youngest world champion in boxing history. Slime said that nigga T don't know how to mix cement and build a house. Yeah, nigga got the name and age wrong. Yeah, wrong Wilfred, nigga. Wilfred and Wilfredo, those two different names, guys. And wrong age. Stupid ass. And niggas Xander Zayas need a history lesson. But I think he spent the majority of his life in Florida, though, right? He left Puerto Rico real young. And Kodo from Rhode Island, right? Oh, man. All right. Yeah, that's true. He should know that. He definitely should know that. That's inexcusable, for real, for real. That's really inexcusable. Bro, that should be boxing knowledge, period. Not just Puerto Rico boxing knowledge. Like, you should know who's the youngest world champion of all time. You should know that. Like, if you're a hardcore boxing fan, that's something that you should actually be interested about. Who's the oldest world champion of all time? Who's the youngest world champion of all time? Like, you should know those little, like, quick facts. You feel what I'm saying? No, Xander Zayas can rumble. It's just like, I don't know. I don't like when motherfuckers act like they too good for shit, bro. That shit pissed me the fuck off. You know what I mean? And I know once this platform get big enough, they gonna start coming to me, asking them to do interviews with them and shit. Bro, I'm telling you, these tables gonna turn. I'm telling you. Like Kermel Moulton. I probably never said this publicly, but he spun me for like 3-4 interviews, bro. Spun me for like 3-4 interviews. There was somebody that was at my gym at the time that used to speak to Carmel personally. You feel what I'm saying? And they were like, yo, we could get you an interview with Carmel. So I'm DMing Carmel personally. We going back and forth. He's like, yeah, bro. Yeah, let's do this day, this time. All right, cool. Yo, Carmel, what's up? You ready? No response. I'm like, damn, bro, we supposed to do something. What happened? Oh, no, my bad. Let's do this time, this day. All right. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Do it again. No answer. It's like, damn. I'm like, nigga, that's how we playing shit. Like, word, this how we playing shit. That's crazy. I'm like, all right, bet. Crazy, bro. Had me looking stupid. I remember I probably made an announcement about it and all. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna bring Carmel on the channel, blah, blah, blah. Niggas was getting hyped just to be left. Like, niggas getting left behind and shit. That's crazy. That's how these niggas be playing it, though. They grimy, cuz. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. They definitely do be fake, but it is what it is, man. That's how I'm going to end the live. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love as always, man. You know what I mean? We pretty much just sitting around waiting for the big fight to come up this weekend, man. We definitely going to be busy Friday, Saturday. You feel what I mean? But I guess in the meantime, we just going to get some open boxing topics in until, some big news pops up. You feel what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. On the way out, if you could hit the like button, if you could subscribe to the channel, share the video, all that good shit, it'll be very much appreciated. See what I'm saying? Until then, this is Mazuma TV. Marcus Rosa. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.